Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Italy, a place to love YouTube channel. Alright, so today I'm going to make a video about the most inexpensive properties in a selected town by me, and in this case I'm going to talk about Matera. Matera is a city in Basilicata region, so this is the only city that I selected because in these videos now I'm following the top 10 cities where to live in Italy according to Italy, a place to love. So I covered cities in Marche region, in Abruzzo region, in Molise region, in Campania, and now I'm covering one city in Basilicata region that I pick up, so where to live in Italy. And this is Matera. The city that I'm going to cover today is called Matera. Now, few words to spend about Matera municipality, Matera city, Matera town. So, we see that there are 529 homes for sale, but I want to start from Wikipedia today to talk about Matera because all the video is going to be related to what I'm reading now. Very important. So, in 1952, a national law established the evacuation of the Sassi of Matera. Sassi is a district of Matera, and the construction of new residential neighborhoods that developed the new city into which the 15,000 inhabitants of the Sassi converged. So what happened in 1952? People from this part of the town had been forcefully evacuated and moved into the new part of the town. In 1980, it was partially damaged by the Irpinia earthquake and the tremors that followed. So, in 1986, a new national law financed the recovery of ancient Matera district. Now, so from 1952 till 1986, 34 years passed by, and someone understood, someone started smelling anyway the potential of this old part of the town. Nowadays this is one of the most touristic destination in Italy. So for 30 years it has been abandoned, evacuated, and now it's one of the most touristic towns in Italy. So someone smelled the potential of this city. Now degraded by over 30 years of abandonment, so was totally degraded, and so someone decided the reconstruction. In 1993, at the conference of Cartagena de Indias, the city was proclaimed World Heritage Site by UNESCO, in particular the old part, and in 2014 European Capital of Culture 2019. I actually visited the last time was in 2018. Anyway, it's a beautiful city, it's a beautiful experience. Now let me show you here on Google Maps where Matera is, just to give you an idea. So we are talking about Basilicata region, and Matera is one of the two provinces of Basilicata region. Basilicata has two provinces, Matera and Potenza. So basically today we are going to cover Matera. As you can see from this picture, this is the old part of Matera, and this is the part where I'm going to search for the most inexpensive properties for sale in this old part. So I'm avoiding all the other districts, and I will just focus to see how we went from an abandoned area to a very kind of expensive area, full of potential. But even in this expensive, there's always the most inexpensive. And this is the concept that I'm following on this type of videos and on this type of research. All right, so now let's go back to Idealista. I think I spent already too much words about Matera and its history. So as we can see, we have 529 homes, and there are different districts. Now here I will focus today just on this part called sassi. Sassi translated in English means stones, okay? Means the stones. So, centro storico, historical part, sassi. 84 properties for sale. Okay, so here we are already in our selection. There are 84 properties for sale, but I'm going to avoid the auction properties, exclude auctions. Okay, and then I will also go straight away to properties that are not in need of renovation. So I'm talking about good condition. So we already selected, we had 84, and now between good condition and avoiding the auction properties, now we drop to 62 properties. And from now we start our search from the lowest price. And let's see what the typology of these houses that had been abandoned 50 years ago, 70 years ago, 60 years ago, and how much they cost now, and what is the typology of the house. I think this video is going to be also very interesting to understand the typology of these houses. Okay, so let's start here. For example, studio in via Riscatto, centro storico Sassi Matera. Now we are talking about a property that is 99,000 euro, we can say 100,000 euro, and is only 36 square meters. Means we are at a bit under 3,000 euro per square meter. I'd say maybe we'll check later. Now I can roughly say 2,800, 2,900 euro per square meter. So we are talking about expensive properties. But why they're expensive? Because this is extremely touristic, and so mainly these properties are rent out as B&B, Airbnb, guest houses, and so on. This typology, there's a great business behind this. All right, so let's start to see this studio, 36 square meters. Now, I'm curious myself. Let's read 1 second the description. Okay. Um, Now, studio for sale in Matera in the historic center, precisely in Via Riscatto. We offering a housing solution in excellent condition, so no renovation works to do. About 50 square meters, consisting of an entrance into an open space living room, kitchen, bathroom, and a bedroom positioned on the mezzanine. The property is located on the raised ground floor of a historic complex with independent access via a flight of stairs. The apartment overlooks directly onto the alley that runs alongside the cathedral, so we are in the very historical central part, right in the historic center. The solution can be excellent as an investment. As it is an independent property, there are no condominium fees, no condo fees. Okay, so then it says radiators, electrical system. Anyway, the property has been renovated. I just want to see one room, one bathroom, second hand, good condition, natural gas, air conditioning. So there are all the things that are necessary. Then I want to see the price per square meters. Yes, 2,750 euro per square meter, which is quite high. Okay, maybe we are not like Milan or Rome city center, but to be in Matera, to be in a small province, in a small town, this price is quite high. So to let you understand, so the value of these properties that had been abandoned 50, 60, 70 years ago. Okay, so basically this is the bedroom as far as I can see on the mezzanine. So because they say most of these houses have mezzanines, and just to gain a bit of space, probably was only one big open space in the beginning, and then someone decided to divide the area. All right, so here, okay, sorry. Now, here we have a small bathroom. Doesn't look like anything special, this bathroom. Anyway, it's quite small, but what is important is that it's in a good condition and it looks in a good condition. So we have a shower. Consider that these properties are rent out as B&B or Airbnb. So all right, so we have the bathroom with the shower, all is necessary. Probably this is the entrance here to this ground floor house. I believe this is the property. All right, that's so this is interesting. So we have the entrance of the house. I see anyway that the floor is kind of in good condition, is new. What I notice, for example, the furniture is nothing special. For example, here, who put this furniture? Now, I guess the bathroom is this door here, so just beside the entrance door. And then you see the space has been gained with this mezzanine, which through this ladder, let me say. Now, it's not really a comfortable staircase. So let me say that anyway, it's not really the best solution to live, but as an investment, um, okay. So we have this open space, we have a window, we have a small kitchen here. Okay, the space anyway, we are talking about 50 square meters, and this is the mezzanine with the with the vaulted ceiling, for example. And so probably these are that ladder that we saw before anyway is bringing you here on this mezzanine. I just want to go back because yes, I see this frame here, the frame just in front of the ladder. And let me go back here. Yeah, I can see the same frame. So this is the space. Doesn't look like there are any windows, for example, on this mezzanine. So it's necessary, for example, to have air condition. Anyway, this is the property, and this is the most inexpensive property. And again, we are in the historical center, 99,000 euro. Obviously, the best had been who invested here just after they decided to reopen the Sassi, this area of Matera. So we say that only in 1986 the area had been reopened and started being promoted. So people to go back to buy these properties, or maybe the owners just allowed to move back to these properties, and then had been who decided to sell it or to keep it to live, who went back probably to live, or who decided to make an investment because anyway, since 1990 Matera start growing and growing and growing from the touristic point of view. Okay, now here we have the second property that we have for sale is a four-room flat in Centro Storico, Sassi Matera. Now we see that the price is dropping already from 120,000 to 105, which is interesting. Then we are talking about four rooms, 75 square meters, ground floor without lift. Let's enter in this property. What else I can say about these properties? That because they are in the very old part, this part had been evacuated because was unhealthy to live there in the 50s when the prime minister declared the evacuation is because it wasn't healthy to live in this area. Basically, the houses, as we can see, are more kind of caves than houses. Now, I know it sounds very strange, but this is the particularity of Italy, for example. Now, I'm giving you an analysis, kind of to understand what typology of houses we are talking. For example, we might not see windows because these houses were kind of digged into the stone, and so during the years, during the millennials, because this town was founded thousands of years ago, And so these, we can say that are very, very old houses, just simply renovated to new standards nowadays. For example, let's have a look to this picture. Now, basically here, I don't see any window. I see one door here that I don't know where it's leading to. And then I see another door that I might guess, for example, with the steps here, I might guess this is the main entrance door. But then, anyway, we can see that it looks a bit like a cave. Don't get me wrong, today these are posh caves because it's very posh to have a property here. Now, I don't know how many people are actually living in this area, but there was a race in the last 20 years to buy properties in these. Now, I'm not saying, for example, to buy, but this video is just to have an idea about what the potential of a very historical town who had been abandoned and then brought back to fortune. So it's a very, very interesting story about Matera. Okay, so we have another picture. I believe, I guess this is the main entrance door. So anyway, I see one big radiator here. I see a quite decent open space, nice and clean. For example, I like when there's not that much furniture. But one more thing, people are paying a lot of money nowadays simply to accommodate for 1 or 2 nights or for few nights in a house like this, simply to understand how people were living back in the days. And we can see that has been renovated, even if it's a cave, that has been renovated with good standards. Okay, I see, for example, another radiator here. So we have a big open space here with the bedroom, with one bed here. I like it because it's clean, there's not that much furniture. So 105,000 euro, it's not bad if I think that the one before was 99,000, and so, and here it's bigger. What I see is that there are no windows. Let's understand why, but anyway. Okay, so here we have the same space from another perspective. I can still see this door here. Another picture like this. Okay, here we have the bathroom, renovated to a decent and good standards. Again, into the cave, particular. I mean, it's very particular. Okay, so here we have another space. That's interesting. So with this bed here, now let me go back to understand if this bed is the same bed that we saw. They look different because from here I cannot see, there is just the wall. And so I'd say, for example, here you can accommodate 2 people on this bed, and then other 2 here. Then on this mezzanine, you see we notice another mezzanine here. What I notice for now is that there are no windows. That's a bit particular. And can you imagine a property with no windows is selling for 105,000? It means that there is a potential. And most of the properties in this town, in the Sassi, because now there is the modern Matera that has normal apartments. I'm talking about now this area that it became extremely touristic. Okay, so this I guess is just a single bed or is just a couch, a sofa. Here we have the bathroom. Okay, so the door is open here and we can see the bathroom. For example, you might find in most of the houses these type of steps. I think there are 2 bathrooms, or is the same one? I think it's the same. No, this is the same bathroom. Let me go back because the radiator here looks bigger. Let me go back here. For example, this radiator looks smaller. It's a bit interesting because I don't understand. It looks like could be 2 bathrooms, but anyway, I will read later. Now, okay, let's read the description. just to understand what is the property made of. Located in the heart of Matera, we offer for sale a refined real estate complex situated near the small church of San Biagio and close to the beautiful church of San Giovanni and the central Piazza Vittorio Veneto, as well as a few meters from the Sassi district. The property offered for sale is conveniently located for reaching all the main historical and artistic sites of the city on foot. The property is the result of complete renovation that involved both the system and the interiors, which still retain the characteristic of a typical dwelling equipped with all modern comforts. Entirely carved into the rock, so it's a kind of cave. The property has independent access and consists of a large storage room of 75 square meters, completely finished and composed of large rooms and bathrooms. So probably there are two bathrooms. I um, I don't understand. So yeah, there are two bathrooms. I don't see the four rooms. I didn't see the four rooms. I guess I saw only two rooms. I saw one room with the mezzanine and the other room with the bed and the open space with the television. So anyway, it's a ground floor. It's not a basement because the fact that had no window, for example, I thought could have been a basement. Anyway, the only window access are the entrance door. Uh, so only through the entrance door. But again, I know it might sound very, very strange to see this price for a house like this, but this is the market price in the Sassi, in Matera Sassi. I mean, and this is a particular video made just for this reason. Now, two room flat in Via Piave. Let me see. Okay. Two room flat in Via Piave, 11. Historical Center, Sassi, Matera. 120,000 euro. Two rooms, 75 square meters, ground floor. Now, let's have a look to the pictures straight away. For example, we are talking, I selected only properties that are in good condition, so with no renovation. And for me, for example, they are beautiful, they are very stylish. I mean, this is a very old, stylish house, probably where people lived for centuries, if not millennial, brought to restoration, to, anyway, to try to give the best value to this property. Here, for example, we can already see that this is a mezzanine. So with the bed that can accommodate two people. So we can say this is the bedroom, for example. Okay, then we have also a studio. That's also very interesting. At least we have a window. We have the vaulted ceiling here. That is also beautiful to see. Very characteristic. The floor is new. Now I'm trying to understand if this is just the opposite of that bedroom that we saw before. Yes, so basically we understand that we are on a mezzanine or on an upper floor because we can see here. Then I want to understand now here where are the stairs to go downstairs, to go on the to the ground floor. Okay, so basically, through this stairwell, to this staircase, we're going up to the mezzanine when we find one side the bedroom and the other side the studio. That's quite interesting. Anyway, we have a window to the studio we saw. Okay, here we have the space downstairs. I believe that someone was living in this house to have a studio. I mean, you don't make a studio if you have if you are renting the property, renting out the property. So anyway, so we see this the staircase driving to the mezzanine with this kind of, I would call it kind of bridge in between the studio and between the bedroom. So they want 120,000 euro. That's very interesting. So we have here the living room area This door probably gives access, or is a little storage room, or is the toilet. We'll see. Okay, this is the main entrance door that is entering into the kitchen, and then facing back to this picture there is the living room back in the picture. Okay, so here we have a bathroom. The good thing, for example, is that I already see a window here. That is always good to have windows. I see that is in a good condition. There is the gas boiler. All right, so this property is quite interesting. I think this could be also a good investment. So we have a small bath, like it was used to back in the 50s, 60s. We had very small bath, but I can see that mainly people are taking showers here. Um, that the only thing, maybe I would remove this bath and I would just make a shower, for example, if I want to rent out this property. Anyway, it's an interesting property. 120,000 euro to have a property in the historical part of Matera, I'd say, is a quite interesting business investment. Now, in the very central area, close to the entrance of the Sassi, we offer for sale a typical 75 square meter apartment located on the ground floor. The apartment consists of kitchen, living, dining room, bathroom, and two bedrooms on a mezzanine, plus a convenient storage room, pantry, good condition. So they made, for example, of one, they say two bedrooms. I can go back to the pictures just to see if the studio can be converted. Yeah, this, for example, can be converted as another bedroom. Let me say two spaces to sleep if you can accommodate up to four people. Obviously, here was a professional living, use it as a studio. That is also nice. Obviously, to live in these type of houses, I mean, you have to love really this type of to breathe this atmosphere inside these historical. I mean, to live in such historical places, it's an amazing thing in Italy. A lot of people, I remember, but in any city in Italy, there is the rush of buying properties in the historical parts. Even if, for example, it's harder to find the parking space, but doesn't matter. There is the value of living in the historical part. This is from Torino. I remember properties in the city, Torino city center, Milan city center, Rome city center, Naples city center, Palermo, Bari, Matera. I know this is, for example, from a foreigner mentality, from a foreigner point of view, might not be attractive to live in the city center. You might see a lot of discomfort. But Italians, for example, love to have properties in the city center. It's kind of statusy. You are posh if you have an apartment in the city center. And this is in even in the small towns nowadays, to have a property, a lovely houses fully renovated in the city center, it's always kind of statusy rather than living in how can I say, anonymous building in the suburban area of Rome, or even in any town, even here in Montemilone. I'd rather have a characteristic house than a kind of anonymous apartment in the located in the suburban area, in the new districts of the town. I'm always been in favor of history, the city center. So I always dream to live in historical parts rather than in, okay, this type of properties, new build properties in the suburban area, and so on. Anyway, I already repeated a few times. Let's go back to the properties for sale. So we covered one, two, three. Let's see which one is the following one. 125, three room flat in via Gian Battista Pentasuglia, centro storico, I Sassi. 125,000 euro, three room, 60 square meters, second floor without lift. Let me see. For example, here what I see is already a modern apartment, probably still, probably in a new building in the historical part. I don't know where. Yeah, I can see this is not. I mean, we are in the city center, Matera city center. We are in the Sassi area. Now, Matera has the city center and the Sassi. I believe this is more in the city center, but I don't know because I don't know every single road. Here, Via Giambattista Pentasuglia, I don't know. What I can see is that it's not one of these houses in the Sassi, in the stone area. Okay, what I see is that it's already a kind of new property. All right, so anyway, we see a property that obviously is not in need of renovation. It's quite interesting, 60 square meters. But for example, if I have to choose myself, I'd rather go for um, this is more here in this type of apartments. A local can also decide to live because it's more humane, let me say, from the fact that has this modern structure. While these properties in the old Sassi are particular. Again, you are leaving the old building construction. Now let's. I'm not gonna enter in that property. Let's see this one for 130. Three-room flat in Recinto Annunziata Vecchia, centro storico, Sassi Matera. Three rooms, 70 square meters, ground floor without lift. Um, okay, we are very close to the main church. Okay, this, for example, looks like an interesting property. Okay, let's enter into this property. Anyway, 130,000 euro is not very cheap, let me say. It's not really a low price, but considering that you're buying in a very touristic area, so obviously here could be a problem to have the parking space. To try to understand how people are living in this area, I don't know, but there are people living, so means they do. Uh, I cannot face now this problem if I'm not technically there. As you can see, probably so close to this church that probably there is the parking space here. When I've been to Matera, I remember I rent out a B&B in the very historical part, and I think I didn't park the car that much far. Maybe it was 3 5 minutes maximum walking from the house. Obviously, I don't remember exactly, but there are parking spaces where it's possible to park the car. Now here we see a little courtyard. Probably this gives access to the house itself. All right, so for example here, anyway, we see a lovely dining living space with a fireplace that is always nice. We have a window, we have a vaulted ceiling, vaulted barrel ceiling. Floor is in a good condition, so it looks like obviously now what do we see here is this furniture. Probably someone is living in this house. So I tell you, there is a kind of interest from Italian people in particular to buy these properties to live because it's considered posh. If I'm saying that I'm living in Matera Sassi nowadays to anyone who I say, oh wow, Antonio, you live in Matera Sassi. So there is the status again of living here. Okay, so here we have again this living room. Property looks fine, looks nice, bright. Okay, so here probably we have the entrance hall from the entrance with this hall. Then we have two doors. One is leading to that living room, dining room that we just saw. Okay, here we have the kitchen. Interesting kitchen. Not very small, so it's not a kitchenette. Decent, lovely kitchen. We have a lovely vaulted barrel ceiling. with tooth stones. These stones are made of tooth. In Basilicata and Puglia, it's very common to find these bricks made of tooth. That is this particular stone that you can find in the south of Italy. So I'd say so here. This is the door that is leading into the kitchen. So we have a window here that anyway is giving fresh air. You might not see outside, but again, these are the typical houses. Back in the days, people were not really interested to have a look outside. So was important was fresh air and light. And so that's why the windows are kind of high, because they were giving more light, and probably also for cold and warm reasons. So when it's winter, you have to keep the house warm, and when it's summer, you have to keep the house cool, chill. Okay, so then we have a lovely spacious bedroom with another window with a vaulted barrel ceiling. I say this house for me, for example, at the moment is the most interesting because it's the one divided properly with this living room, with the kitchen, with the bedroom. It's an interesting, obviously it has the potential to be rent out. Let me see 1 second. I want to understand. So we have the two chairs beside the window. Okay, here again we have the two chairs. The picture was taken from here, so probably here there is the entrance of the bedroom. Anyway, it's a very interesting room, quite spacious. We have a window, that's always interesting. It's and then we have the bathroom. Now I see that there's a bit of humidity now, probably needs just to be repainted. I don't see leakages, but anyway, the bathroom was done kind of recently because, for example, the tank with the water is inside the wall nowadays in all the houses. So I'd say this bathroom was renovated maybe maximum 10 years ago. Okay, so we have the entrance hall, then we have the bathroom. I like this type of map, at least it's a bit clear. So we have few windows here. So we have the entrance, then we have one window in the bathroom, one window in the living room. To dine, to eat, you can use the kitchen. There's no need, for example, to have a dining table in the, but Italian people do. In the living room, we always keep a dining table, Italian people. And then we have a quite spacious bedroom with another. It's interesting. I like this property. I think 130,000 euro for this property is quite good. I don't see, obviously, again, I will repeat one more time, these properties are really wanted nowadays. As you can see, there are only 62 houses for sale, so we are not talking. So at the moment, I covered how many properties? One, two, three, four properties I covered, and also because we are looking for the the most inexpensive property. Then two-room flat. So here we are talking about a flat, 61 square meters, two rooms, mezzanine without lift, two steps from Piazza Sedile. At the entrance to the Sassi, we offer a 60 square meter apartment with independent entrance, recently renovated. Okay, I'm curious. I see, oh wow. For example, now let me enter into these pictures because basically, if once you go on your little entrance terrace and this is the type of view you have, for example, from my point of view, it's amazing. As an Italian, I love this type of atmosphere, for example. Um, so here there is the gate. We have some steps with your own little, let me say, balcony, little terrace with such an amazing view. I don't know. For me, it pays my eyes. That's what I always called, for example. Obviously, if try to imagine to be a tourist and you are going to spend 3 nights in Matera, obviously 3 nights you really gonna enjoy this view. Maybe to live there It could be, I'm not saying boring because you always have this type of view, but for me, no, it's always like, it's like a postcard. It's like you open your window and you have a postcard. I mean, instead of a boring suburban area where you don't see anything, I mean, you have to pay back your sight. Um, okay, okay, so here we have particular, so we have this vaulted barred ceiling made of tuff, floor is good, it looks like it's just an open space. Then anyway, we have this lovely arch inside the house, particular. So here we have the entrance door with the kitchen. Interesting. Kitchen is not very big, but in Italy they like to show also the rubbish when they're. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Um, anyway, let me see these two pieces of furniture. I go back to understand. Yeah. So here could be arranged as well. So it's particular space. Let me see better the pictures because, for example, I don't understand if this is the bedroom or is another type of space. I'd say this is the bedroom. For example, they kept one table, and then here we have the entrance to the bathroom. Okay, this space is not very big. I'm wondering if it fits a bed. The bathroom is in a good condition. Also here, done not long time ago, maybe 10, 15 years ago. I'm trying to understand where the beds could be put. Anyway, we have few windows. So I'd say that this is the only space that can be used as a bedroom. So you see, 133,000 euro. I mean, it's kind of expensive for. I don't even know if it's 61 square meters. To be honest, looks even smaller than 61. But again, here you are probably paying simply just this view. Once you leave your home, once you go on this balcony, terrace, and then I'd say again, this who is buying this type of property is buying as an investment. Since the town, the city has been declared UNESCO site, so obviously it increased automatically the value of the property. There had been a lot of speculation. Now I'm talking a lot. There had been a lot of speculation in the last 30, 40 years since has been repopulated, since they allow people to go back to their houses in 1986, 1990. The speculation started. I believe you could have bought this house, for example. Now in 1990 we didn't have the euro, we had the lira. 1,000 euro was 2 million liras. 1,000 euro, it used to be 2 million liras. I'd say you could have paid this house 5 million liras. So 2,500 euro. Who bought this house in 1990 didn't buy for more than 2,500 euro. See how much they gain. So now it depends on the future. For example, the tourist, how the dynamics are going. For example, if the tourism industry is going to keep increasing, the value of this property will keep increase. If the tourism industry is decreasing, obviously the value of these properties will decrease. I mean, it's a very simple concept. All right, so let's go. I am not gonna read. Let's have a quick look to the description here. Just from 2 steps from Piazza Sedile, the entrance of the Sassi. Excellent solution as an investment or for accommodation activities. Free immediately. Okay, one bathroom, balcony, fitted wardrobes, orientation east, natural gas. Anyway, it's an interesting property. For me, all these properties here are interesting. So I'm not judging just by saying, oh no, look at this cave. There is the concept of living in this type, in typology of in this type of houses. Okay, so for example, four-room flat in Via Lucana, Centro Storico Sassi. Now here we see a very modern apartment. I'm wonder, I'm wondering, for example, in which type of building is this, because it looks like a modern. You see, we are not in Sassi here. We are not in the Sassi area because I can see this is the modern district. Let's enter 1 second into this property. I won't stop that much because it's beautiful. For example, with 135,000 euro, you can buy a lovely apartment here in Matera and living on the doorstep of this beauty. It's a lovely apartment. I see new, everything looks kind of new. Everything looks decent, clean, spacious. Bedrooms, balconies, windows, heaters, radiators, bathroom. Bathroom is not really brand new. Was built in the 80s, mid 80s, early 90s. Could be. Anyway, we have another spacious room. We have plenty of space in this house. What do we see is that we are not in the Sassi area. All right, let's go back to 135,000 euro as an investment. For sure, you're gonna rent out. But if I have to rent, I'd rather rent out uh, the typical house in the Sassi, simply because who is going on holiday or to spend few days wants to leave the atmosphere of living in this type of. I've been in a beautiful B&B, was simply amazing with these mezzanines. With, it looked like I was living in a castle for a few days. Okay, we have this new typology of new buildings, kind of new, let me say, buildings that were built maybe in the 60s, 70s. Studio in Via Francesca Paola. So, for example, here we see 48 square meters for 150,000 euro. It's all modern, it's all new, but I want to understand if we are, for example, they don't show the exact location. It looks like more small prestigious apartment in the historic center of Matera, but we are not in Sassi. So, and I don't know how far from the Sassi is, but I'm here to show you more these type of caves to understand the market value of these type of houses. All right, so here, for example, we have another particular old house, which is interesting, 150,000 euro. All right, there are many pictures. Okay, let's enter. Let's have a look to this picture. Maybe I will have a look to this property, one more, and then that's it for today. Okay, so these are the steps, the stairs leading to the house. Probably we're talking about this area. It's nice. Let's have just a look to the pictures. Okay, yeah. Okay, this is the entrance. Lovely. I like, for example, you are touching these stones, you are touching the history of the town. We have a kind of brand new kitchen. Obviously, they use the space in the way they're all uneven. This we're talking about old caves, old houses being renovated, brought to modern standards. We have to imagine how people were living in this type of house 100 years ago. So, anyway, I like the way this kitchen, obviously, there's no dining table here. So, here we have a living room with dining table. We have windows. Windows look new. Anyway, all these properties that I saw, they're kind of brought to good quality standards. Then it might make the difference, for example, the furniture, the fact that they may be using old furniture, but that's another story. Now here we have the bathroom. The bathroom is divided in two, so you have one part here and another part here. There is this sliding door. All right, that's interesting. So If someone is taking the shower, someone else can still wash his hands, and that's interesting. Anyway, it's an interesting property. Here we have another room because there was one room with one sofa, with one couch and the dining table. Here we have a kind of living room. Looks like there was even a fireplace. It looks like was another kind of studio, someone who was very literate. So we have even have stairwell leading to the upper floor. So first floor without a lift, but the house is, itself is on two floors. I like this type of house, for example. I like it. I would buy for myself. I would live in a house like this. This is and here we have the mezzanine. Interesting, with the bedroom. Very, very interesting. I like, I like the mezzanine. Gives a special feeling. I like it with the vaulted ceiling, with the vaulted barrel ceiling. It's interesting. There is also another small window here, radiator here. So had been brought all wooden here. So had been brought to good, decent standards. I like. For example, here you can storage some things. I see this rug. I like it. Personally, I like. This is probably the main entrance door. You see, you still have this type of cave that was engraved, I don't know, digged into the rock. Interesting. I like this property. Now, I'm not gonna enter to read the description. It's already a kind of not very high budget, but obviously the video is quite long. I hope you find it interesting. I want to see just one more property. So what we saw was this one for 150,000. Let's see this one for 158. Then you can do your own research anyway. So one room, 55 square meters, 158,000. Four rooms, 100. Let's have a look to this because this one here, the price per square meter is mad. Here at least is 2,000 euro. This is 3,000 euro per square meter. Let's have a look to this one. Four rooms, flat. Maybe it's a modern. Maybe it's a modern building. I don't know. I'm curious to see. Anyway, we have a lovely view on the valleys, on the church, on these typical roads, old buildings. There is parking. There are steps leading to. All right. So here, okay, had been modernized. This property. I don't like this couch. I see the kitchen over there. Anyway, let's investigate a bit more. Okay, we have a kitchen here with nice modern space with a window here. We have all we need in the kitchen. It's nice. So we have this big open space from the entrance here. We have these arches, old arches. Anyway, it depends. The dining area, the living area. Okay, so here we have a kind of another living space, which is different from this one. So probably from here there is this arch leading to the other space that we saw. Okay, so here we have a kind of living room, and then we have another mezzanine with with the stairwell, with the stairs leading to the mezzanine where probably the bedroom is. That's very interesting. So we have, okay, they are kind of very, I don't know what you say in English, but kind of, they look straight. This, anyway, it looks more like a ladder than a staircase, but obviously you have to be an old person, for example, with difficulty of mobilities, might not find suitable to go upstairs to sleep there. Then always have to be very, very careful anytime there are spiral staircases, or even the one I have. I mean, I have to be careful when I, because they're quite straight. Anyway, we have this living space that is interesting, and then I want to understand. Okay, so this was on the left. This was, I like the space of this house. 91 square meters for room. So here we have the kitchen with the entrance. Here we have this kind of living area. Then here we have access to two more rooms. One looks like a bedroom, one looks like the bathroom, plus the mezzanine. Let's see. I see air conditioning. It's interesting. We have a lovely bathroom. We have a lovely bedroom. Nice, with windows. I don't know if this is another bathroom or is the same. Let me. Third floor without lift. Okay. Okay, I want to understand if there are two bathrooms. Let's focus on this one. Okay, this looks en suite. Let's see. Yeah, this is another bathroom. So there are two bathrooms, one en suite and one no. This is another small bedroom. Interessante. This is an interesting property. 160,000 euro. I mean, it's not very cheap, but it's an interesting property. I want to read the description of the house. With a total area of 91 square meters, 74 square meters usable, the apartment features an entrance hall, living room, eating, kitchen, master bedroom, double bedroom with private bathroom, and a walk-in closet, and a comfortable small bedroom. Now I'm wondering, walk-in closet. I'm wondering what these stairs were leading of. Master bedroom, double bedroom with private bathroom, walk-in closet. It says only one. The apartment features. Let me see the description. Okay, however, what truly makes this property unique is its private terrace, accessible both internally via wooden staircase and externally from the building stairwell. Interesting. The terrace is located on the top floor of the building, offers breathtaking views of the cities and its evocative monuments, representing an ideal space for relaxation and socializing, a rare opportunity to live immersed in history and charm of Matera, combining modernity and tradition in a unique and precious living context. Don't miss the opportunity to own a piece of history in one of the most enchanting places in Italy. This is all actually true. So 4 rooms, 2 bathrooms, terrace. Wow, I'd say, anyway, this, for example, could be even a lovely place where to live. If you want to live in the historical part of one of the most touristic destinations in Italy, there you are for 160,000 euro. That is not really mad money if we think that some houses somewhere cost millions of euros. All right, my friends, so I hope you enjoyed this video about Matera. Has been a quite long video. I've said a lot of things. I hope you enjoyed. Put like and subscribe if you arrived up to now. And I'll see you to my next video here on Italy, A Place to Love YouTube channel. Bye.